Okay, Fairington is a brand new neighborhood being built in Nolensville, Tennessee. This is going to be Westhaven 2.0 for those who are familiar with that. Being built by Southern Land. This is going to be a very cool community. So if you like Westhaven and you're interested in that, want to be in Williamson County, this is going to be a great option for you. Again, being built in Nolensville. This is going to be released for sale sometime in the spring. They're expecting to start sales sometime maybe around April. So be ready for that if this is something that you're interested in. Nolensville is a small town in Williamson County, just right by Brentwood, Franklin, south of Nashville. There's not a lot of new build communities in the Nolensville area. So if you're looking for something that's a new build in Nolensville right now, there's really only a couple of houses left in the Annecy neighborhood. And then there's a couple in the Telluride neighborhood, but a lot of these are going to be closer to $1.5 million to $2 million, kind of in that price point. But there's not a lot of new build neighborhoods going on right now. Annecy was the last really big one and it's almost sold out. So this is going to be that next neighborhood that's released for sale. So if you're wanting a new build in this area, actually at a pretty great price point, this is going to be a great neighborhood for you. Now, this was formerly called Storyvale. I've talked a little bit about it before. So it was formerly Storyvale. Now it's going to be Fairington. So if you've heard me talk about that or seen it somewhere else, this is a new name. So you can look it up on Google, or I can put the link down in the description, but I'll share all that information with you in a little bit. So I'm going to show you the area. We're going to talk a little bit about price point, amenities. We're going to take a look at the town planning website to give you an idea of what's coming, talk about prices, all those things. I think I said that already, but this should give you a good idea. I might follow this up again later. There's going to be more information that continues to come out on this neighborhood before they open up for sale in April. So I'll probably follow this up with another video later, but just want to start getting you that information now and just know that this is on the horizon. So if that's kind of the time when you're going to think about building, this is going to be a great neighborhood that might be a good option for you if this is kind of what you're looking for. But we're going to figure that out today when we talk a little bit more about it. So if this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Jennifer Gramling. I'm a real estate agent here in Nashville, Williamson County, and the surrounding area. I just put out these videos trying to get you more familiar with the area. So if you're thinking about moving here or relocating, it's a great channel for you. So be sure to subscribe. And like I said, I'm an agent. So if you have questions at all about moving here or relocating, don't hesitate to reach out. You can find all my contact information in the description. Call, text, email, however you want to get in touch, and we can get any and all of your relocating questions answered. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into Fairington and talk a little bit more about this really cool community that's coming to Nolensville. Okay, so before we get into the nuts and bolts of this neighborhood, let's just talk a little bit about what it's going to be like. So it's going to be a little bit like Westhaven. If you have been looking around and you've, seen Westhaven in other videos, actually a super cute neighborhood, but it's really kind of one of a kind in the Nashville area as far as all of the amenities and things go. The one thing that makes Westhaven really unique is that it has its own little downtown center that you can golf cart, walk, bike to, with its own, commercial retail space. You've got restaurants, coffee shops, wine bars, lots of things going on in their little downtown center, but all of the housing and things are kind of centered around that little downtown, giving you access to some things right there in your own neighborhood, including your own elementary school, which is really, really nice. So, you can always go over, if you're not familiar with Westhaven, I'll link that video at the end so that you can go check that out and just see, but it's got crazy great amenities, all of that retail, like we said, so many things convenient. The only real difference is that Westhaven has a golf course. This neighborhood's not going to have a golf course, but otherwise it's going to be really, really similar. So if you want to go and take a look, but you can see as we scroll through these, this is just what some of the houses look like. And we'll take a look at more of these a little bit later when we talk about pricing and things like that. But this just gives you an idea of what some of this neighborhood looks like. But it is a very cool, really sought after neighborhood, which tells us that in Nolensville, I'm thinking it's going to be the same. So Westhaven is some really high price per square foot, some of the highest in Franklin for a traditional neighborhood. So thinking that this neighborhood is also going to be really valuable in Nolensville as well. It's being developed by Southern Land. Everything they do is very, very cool and, ends up being a really sought after neighborhood. So I anticipate this to be kind of the same thing. And the starting price point in here is going to be great. Okay, so I just want to show you right here. So this is going to be where this neighborhood is located. We're going to jump over to the map and show you. But as you can see right here, this is located right in the rolling hills, green countryside of Williamson County. This is going to be the location right here. They're putting in the streets and all of that, but you can see it's really, really beautiful. So just really quick to touch on the schools that you're going to be zoned for here. Like I said, you're in Williamson County. So I'm not 100% positive on the schools yet. I'm going to take a couple of guesses, but definitely don't hold me to them. My guess is you'll be zoned for Nolensville Elementary, Sunset Middle, which is actually in Brentwood, and then Nolensville High. But it could potentially also be Mill Creek Elementary, Mill Creek Middle, and Nolensville High. But those are going to be my guess. Now, there is a plan to build an elementary school right here in this neighborhood, and that's probably going to be a minute. That's not going to be right away, but that is the anticipated plan, just like they have over in Westhaven, an elementary school that's set right here in your own neighborhood. But, that's going to take some time. So very likely one of these schools that I just mentioned are going to be the schools that you're zoned for. So if you're interested in schools and those are important, important to you, be sure to look those up on greatschools.org or niche.com, wherever you look up your school ratings. But that's where I would look for that information. But that is where you'll be located. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump on a map and show you exactly where this is located. Okay, so right here is going to be where this new neighborhood is going to be located. It's actually going to be all in this area right here. So on Fly Road and McFarland Road. So again, you are right here. They're building a new grocery store right here on this corner. And then they're also going to build one over here. And then there's going to be a new town center that's already, land is cleared and they've broken ground located right over here, which is going to have a lot more commercial things like that. Right here in this downtown area, this is going to be your historic downtown area. You can see right here, this is a really cute little historic downtown area. You don't have a ton of big box stores in downtown Nolensville. Previously, you kind of had to go to your grocery store right up here. So it wasn't far. It's still about 7 minutes to get up here. This is actually Brentwood, Nashville area. So you've got grocery stores right here. But the other really cool thing, again, you're right here. If I zoom out, you're also convenient to Smyrna over here as well. So Smyrna's got like a whole lot of things as well. So while you don't have a ton of big box stores and things in the Nolensville area, you've got a ton over in Smyrna. So you've got Target and all of that over there. And then you're also convenient to get over into Franklin and Brentwood as well, which are going to be right over here. So it's going to be about 20-25 minutes to get over here, depending on what part of Franklin that you're going to, if you want to get over to that Cool Springs area and do your shopping and stuff over there. So again, you're kind of right here in this area. So you're convenient to Nolensville, Smyrna, Franklin, Brentwood, and then you're going to be about 30 minutes to get into downtown Nashville from here. So leaves you in a really pretty convenient location, which is really nice. You're set off a little bit. Now let's take a look actually at the town website. There is a planning area where you can take a look at the development itself. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so this is actually a really cool website. If you want to nerd out on this and go look up, different developments and things that are coming to the Nolensville area, this is actually super helpful. Like I said, this used to be called Storyvale, so it's still called that here on the planning website. But this gives you a little bit of an overview of this neighborhood. So this is going to be 372 acres, 373 acres or so. There's going to be 735 residential units. That's going to be comprised of townhomes, single family homes, some on larger lots, some smaller. Some of them will be rear load garage, which you might be familiar with from that Westhaven community. And some of them are going to be larger lots with larger yards. The order in which they're going to release these homes for sale, we're not completely clear. They're not going to release townhomes for a few years. So that much we know. They're going to start with the single family homes and start with those. And then they're going to work their way up and then eventually do the townhomes. But so if you're looking for a townhome, it'll be a while on this one. So keep that in mind. And then there's going to be 15,300 square foot of commercial space in here as well, which we talked about in that little downtown center. Now you're not going to have a grocery store in here, but you are only a couple miles to get into those grocery stores in that downtown Nolensville area. So that's really convenient for you. And then this also goes over road improvements and things like that. So they're widening McFarland to 3 lanes, and then there will be a connector from McFarland to Fly. And then this is going to connect to another project as well. So right here is going to be your Storyvale. Well, actually, sorry, Fairington now. This is going to be a Goodall project, which is right up here. So there will be a connector between these two. If I zoom out here, you can see this is where the town is. The idea is that there are going to be paths that connect you over into the main trail system in Nolensville. So hopefully you'll be able to connect through into some of these neighborhoods by trail systems to get into that downtown Nolensville area. So they will have pedestrian improvements with a trail along the creek that will connect to the existing network. And then again, there's going to be the school site, which is a future home of the elementary school. But if you want a little bit more detail, we can take a look at this map right here. So you can see here, elementary school, McFarland Road connection, integrated open space. You've got trails, mix of use housing, boulevards, things like that. But you can kind of see here, you've got your little amenity center here in the middle, and then you're going to have all of these. Now there is another page in here if you really want to get down into detail, and you can come in and see the planning. You can see the phases in which these are going to be released. All of the planning is listed in this website, but you can see you've got some smaller lots, you're going to have larger lots, and how all of this is going to be laid out. So if you're really interested, you can come and look here and take a look at all of this. And as time goes on, we'll come back and take a closer look at the phases, how they're going to be released, pricing, all the things like that. So this kind of gives you a broad overview, but the breakdown of this and what's kind of important is that you're going to have about 445 alley load homes in here. You're going to have 290 non-alley load homes. And what that means, like these right here are alley load homes. And that can also include some townhomes, things like that, but you're going to have a smaller lot, probably with a side courtyard yard, much like these in Westhaven. So if you're looking for huge yards, this probably isn't going to work. Pricing on these single family homes, they have said is going to start around $800,000, which is actually a great price point in Nolensville. There has not really been any new build community in the last year or so under $1 million for new builds. So this is a great price point in the Nolensville or just in Williamson County area, although they are going to be smaller homes on smaller lots. So like I said, that's going to be 445 alley load homes. So those non-alley load homes are going to start with a width of around 65 feet up to half-acre lots. So there's going to be 29 half-acre lots in here, 32 that are 85 feet. So those are really nice size lots. So you are going to find a mix of the different lot sizes and things like that. So you will get a variety in here. Now, like I said, they have not told us which lots they're releasing first. So I'm assuming if they're starting at that $800,000 price point, some of those are going to be those smaller homes with the alley load garages. And the great thing about having those type of lots is that it does create a lot of outdoor community. They have set aside 166 acres and they're preserving that for parks and green spaces and things like that. So you will get a lot of people out on their bikes, walking, spending time outside with their pets and things like that. So, you're not going to have a huge backyard on some of these, but you will have a lot more greenways and space and things like that. So getting out and taking advantage of that is going to be really, really nice. Okay. And then to touch on the amenities for a second. So they haven't fully announced all the amenities that are going in here. Again, I expect them to be similar to a lot of the other neighborhoods that they build. Those will typically have a clubhouse, a really great pool. The Westhaven pool is one of the best pools as far as, planned developments go in the Nashville area. So you can expect, I think, a resort style pool with, splash pads, things like that. I also expect there to be a workout facility, workout classes, those sorts of things, an event lawn, lots of walking trails, sidewalks, all of that as well. Like we talked about, the green space, the parks, places to get out and enjoy the outdoors. And my hope is that there will also be sport courts like pickleball courts, tennis courts, things like that, but that's yet to be announced. So don't hold me to that, but I would think that that would be a part of it, but I guess only time will tell. I definitely will do an updated video once we have the details on that though. And then of course there's the 15,000 square feet of commercial space as well, and not sure what all is going in there, but I expect there to be some restaurants and things like that, things that you're able to walk to or take your golf cart. Golf cart's really popular in neighborhoods like this. So I do expect there to be some restaurants, coffee shops, things like that, as well as services. And there will be some live work opportunities as well. So probably see some of those as well. But all in all, this is going to be an amazing neighborhood. I really do believe getting in on the ground floor, and as this neighborhood is starting to be built, I only think your equity is going to go up in a neighborhood like this. I do think, as time goes on, this is going to be one of those sought after neighborhoods, much like Westhaven, very, very sought after location with just everything that has going for it, all the amazing amenities, walkability to a lot of things, which walkability in, a lot of neighborhoods is not really a thing in a lot of parts of Nashville. So you really have to be kind of specific if you're looking for a walkable neighborhood that has some retail, coffee shops, things like that. So this could be a really good option for you if those things are important to you, but really looking forward to seeing how this all shapes up. So we will be getting more details on pricing, what they're releasing as time goes on. So we'll definitely keep you updated with those things as we get that. We'll put on a new video on that so that you can be aware of that too. But if you're interested in this neighborhood or any other neighborhood or just not sure really where you belong, feel free to reach out. You can find all my contact information in the description. Call, text, email, however you want to get in touch, and we can get any and all of your relocating questions answered. And there is a Calendly link also in the description. So if you want to book a time to talk directly with me, you can do that also. We can jump on a Zoom call, just talk about your move and kind of what you're thinking about, what your questions are. So if there's other neighborhoods that you want to see, drop those in the comments. We'd be glad to try to get those done for you. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next video.